So right before I start this video, I just want to tell you guys that you can get your solves critiqued by following the link in the description and paying just $5 to probably learn a bit more and become a bit better at 3x3. So yeah, with that said, these are the solves from my best cubing friend Emil, and yeah, let's get into the video. And apologies for the kind of horrible video quality. There's nothing I could do about that. Okay, so this is the first solve, and you're gonna start by holding it with the red on front and yellow on top, and you're gonna do it like this. So an R2 and then an F prime to, I guess, solve these two pieces relative to each other, which is so far quite good. And then you notice this pair, and I think you're a bit desperate trying to preserve it. So you're gonna rotate, put this cross piece to the top, rotate again, put this cross piece over here, I guess, and then you're gonna insert it like this, which is quite weird, and then you're gonna rotate again and do D2 and then an F, and that way, well, you have preserved your pair, but that took 3 rotations. So there is better way of doing this. So a better way to preserve this pair while still doing the cross would be like this. So you could start the same way by putting this cross piece in and then putting this cross piece in, and then you could do a D move, put this red cross piece in like that, and then you could just do a U and a D at the same time to kind of move this pair away, and then an R, and that way you've done the cross and the pair is still preserved. So when you're here, after you've done the cross, you can clearly see this pair, but you rotate, and then you realize that now the edge is bad, so you have to rotate again. And so you rotate like this, which is you did 2 rotations, but when you're here and you need to rotate, it's much better to rotate so that the pair is inserted into the back, which is, well, good for you. And then when you insert this pair, you actually bring your thumb up and then do the insert. And a lot of people do this, and the way that I do it is I keep the thumb right here, and then I do I insert with a little bit of a finger trigger right there. And some people feel really uncomfortable with that, but I feel like it's faster because it saves 2 rotations, or regrips. Look at this. Or versus. It may seem slower, but you're also saving 2 regrips. So yeah, that's why I recommend doing it that way, but you can do it your way if you want to. Of course, the better way of doing this pair is just when you were here, it would have been just much better to just insert it right like that, you know. But regardless, you did it like this. So what you do for the second pair is you do it like this. So you're gonna rotate, oh shit, and then you're gonna bring this piece over here, and then you're gonna do triple sexy. And that's basically the most standard way of doing it, but it's not the best. When you're when you're here, it may actually be better to do it like this. So, or it is better to do it like this. So you're gonna do U2, and then you're gonna do just or U, oh shit, what? R prime, U prime, or U. And if you do that 3 times, then you're gonna get the pair solved, but without rotation. An even faster way to do it would be to do it like this. So you're gonna do some keyhole stuff, so I guess. But so basically what keyhole does is that since this edge is solved, you bring its corner right here, and then you're gonna just insert this corner into there, and then do the D move, and then it's, you know, solved. But that might be a bit advanced. But yeah, generally the way you may learn best is to do it like this. So for the third pair, you actually do it like this. So you're gonna rotate, and you're gonna do the blue and the orange, and then you're gonna do like a U prime, pair these two up like that, and then insert like that. And that's, yeah, kind of good, but some people might think that there exists a better way of doing it, and that's to not rotate, and instead hold it like this, and then do this, and that's maybe faster, or it may be faster to do the rotation. I don't know, for me it just works better to do it like this, but I don't know, most people probably should do it the way that I recommend, but yeah, you can do whatever you want. And for the fourth pair, you did this quite good. You had the good look ahead, and yeah, it just flowed very good. So you did it like this. And one thing that's really good is that many people for like RU to R prime, they regrip the hand to the bottom and then do RU to R prime like that. That's not really good. You can avoid that regrip by just holding the thumb on front and doing the U2 with your left hand, and that's what you did. So yeah, like, very good for you. And then just insert this pair. So yeah, the fourth pair was actually very good. So for the OLL, you actually look to the back to recognize, which you shouldn't have to do. Like this bar and then this bar is enough information to know what OLL is going to be. But then this OLL, I don't know this OLL, so I'm just gonna read my notes. U R U prime R2, F prime R2, U prime R prime, U R U R prime. There we go. That's the ALG you used. I don't really know a full OLL yet, but you do, so yeah, maybe that's why you're better than me. Oh shit, my camera just moved. Alright, so for PLL, you do this quite good. So you do the ALG like this. You're gonna... But this, here's where the problem like comes. So when you have like your hand like this, you actually re-grip to do this last move, and you shouldn't have to do that. So look at this. You should just drag with your fingers, or you can push like that, or you can flick like that. But all of those three methods are like better than re-gripping and doing the regular U move. But you did the re-grip so fast that it basically didn't do anything. But generally, this is just like, I recommend to everyone that you do it like this. Oh shit, my hands are literally so cold that I can't really do fast PLLs. But that was the first solve. So for the second cross, you're gonna do it like this. So you're gonna, I guess, put the blue in, but move the red away first, like that. And then you're gonna rotate like this. And then you're gonna do insert red, put this one here, do a D prime, and then put this one in, and then do another D prime. So a better way of doing this cross is by doing like L2, and then aligning the cross to put in red, and then doing an F move, doing a D prime again, and then you can just solve the cross like that. So that's no rotations, and I believe fewer moves as well. So for the first pair, you kind of hesitate a bit and pause a bit to look for pieces, which is like if you need that time to look for pieces, then that's like fair. Like, you can't be predicting first pair when your cross is this complicated. So you're gonna do U prime. You did it like this, so you re-gripped thumb up, and then you did like that. It's much better to just keep your thumb like right here, and then do the U2 with the left hand. So then you rotate to the, so that you have this pair at the back, which is good, and just insert it by regripping thumb up. Of course, it's better just to do it like that. So from here, for the first pair, a better way of doing it would be to just do the red-green, because for the red-green, you can do it rotationless. So look at this. And that's just because this edge is actually oriented, so if you match it up like that, you see these colors match at the side. So if I were to hold it like this, match it up at the side, these colors don't match, or they aren't opposite, so yeah, that's kind of how you tell if an edge is oriented or not. And yeah, if you don't have a rotation, then just it goes a lot faster like this. So the second pair is actually kind of perfect. You have good look ahead into it, and you're gonna do this regripless, so like this pair, like this. And that's just really great. Like, you didn't do it like this. You actually kept the thumb on front, and yeah, I couldn't have done this pair better myself. So for the third pair, you're gonna do, I believe, this one and this one. So you put it over here, do, like, you rotate so that you'll solve the pair into the back, which is very good. Then you're gonna, yet again, re-grip the thumb up and to the U2 right, like that. Instead, it would be much better to do it like this, but I've already told you that. And the same for here, you re-grip thumb up. It's probably better to do it like this. And for the fourth pair, kind of everything good. You just go straight into this like that. Yeah, so pretty straightforward. So for this OLL, I don't know this OLL, but you recognized it pretty fast and just went straight into it. So what the fuck? Maybe you're supposed to hold it like this. That's why you should learn full OLL, guys. F, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F2, and I was correct. Alright, so for the PLL, you did this very smoothly, so you realize that this block is over here, and you go straight into the A perm, and of course, no AUF, so that's kind of cool. Oh, my camera has moved so much. So, for the third solve, you're actually gonna hold it like this with the blue on front, and what you do is you first of all like insert this cross piece like that to go next to the green in the correct order, and then you put this up right here, put this blue piece over here, do an F2, and then do an L, and then rotate, and then solve it like that. And of course there is a faster way of doing this. So how I would do it is like this. So I'd hold it with green on front, and then do what's it called, L prime, and then move this cross away to move this blue piece in, do an F prime, move the cross back, and then move orange in. So when you're done with the cross here, I guess you rotate like this to look for pieces, and this kind of triggers me because you could easily do red green with keyhole like this, if you wanted to. And another thing is that all the F2L edges are actually oriented if you hold it like this. So this one is oriented, that one is oriented, that one is oriented, and I don't know where the last one is. This one is oriented. So what that means is that if you do this F2L, you will not require any rotations. And to prove that this wouldn't require any rotations, I'll show you. Kinda hard to solve through the camera, but that's the entire F2L without any rotations. So anyway, once you're here and you haven't done this red-green with keyhole, you actually rotate back to solve this one and this one, and pair it up like this, and then insert it into the back. Of course you regrip thumb on top, but yeah. So of course there is a better way of doing this pair. So instead you could hold it like this and skip the rotation, and instead you can do it like this. So just follow along. Kind of easy, just like, oh shit, 5 moves. Yeah, that would have been easier, but so yeah, I would recommend doing this instead of rotating and then rotating again. So for the second pair, you're gonna do the red-green one like this. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, although, wait, how do you reverse this? Yeah, like that. As I said, you could do this with keyhole. So if you don't know, keyhole, as I said, is just move the D layer away, insert this corner, and then move the D layer back. So let's see which one is faster. So I'd say they're kind of equal, but yeah, but I would prefer doing the keyhole, but yeah, whichever one you like best. But I would recommend trying at least the keyhole, because it's, oh shit, X-Men tornado. Yeah, it may be better, but regardless, you did like this, which is kind of okay. So for the third pair, from here, you're gonna do the red and blue, and as you can see, this edge is oriented, which means you shouldn't have to rotate, but you do that anyway. You do it like this. So you're gonna rotate, you're gonna pair it up like so, and then rotate back, and like insert it to the back is always great. So like, good for you that you keep on doing that. That's really good, like this. So of course, the faster way of doing this would be to just do it like this. So move the edge away, put the corner at a different spot, move the edge back, and then insert. That's generally a better way of doing it, since it requires no rotation, but you did it like this. So for the last pair, you get a bit of a troubling case. You're gonna do it like this. You're gonna rotate, pair it up like that, and then rotate again to insert it into the back. And oh sorry, you did it like this. You regrip the thumb to the top. I recommend doing it like this, but of course I've already told you that like 1,000 times. But the way that most people would do it at your level would be to put the edges at the back and do oh shit, my English sucks, and do a sledgehammer and then insert. It's that easy. Requires no rotation versus 2 rotations that you did, and it's, yeah, kind of fast. So there is an even better way of doing this, which is ZBLS, which solves the last slot while also making sure that you have all the edges on top oriented. Yeah, it's just, it's very easy to learn. It just flows really quickly. It goes like this. And look closely. So you're gonna do it like this. And that makes the cross on top, which like it leads to a better OLL most of the time. So yeah, one more time. Really simple alg. But regardless, for the OLL, you're gonna do it like this. So you're gonna, this surprised me when I saw it, but you're gonna actually regrip to the bottom to start this soon. Which is, you don't want to regrip to the bottom, please. Like, you're too fast to regrip to the bottom for soon. A better way of doing it is like this. One more time. Versus what you did. But whatever, this way is always faster, to just keep your thumbs on front. And then just F6, F prime. And then you do a regular Y perm. Really good AUF recognition, because you can see that these blocks align and there's gonna be no AUF. And finish. So for this fourth cross, I like what you did at the start. So what you do is you do a U to move this cross piece away, and then you do an R to move this piece right here, and an F to move it in, L2, but then you rotate and inside it like that. And of course there is a faster way of doing this. So the faster way of doing it would be like this. So you would still do the U and the R, but then do an F2 to cancel into inserting this. So like if you would do it regularly, you might do it like this. But you can cancel into that and instead do it like this. So when you have it like this, you can cancel into it like that, and then insert this last cross piece. So for this first pair, you are actually going to do like U prime U to, I guess, find pieces, which is like okay, like if you want to do that it's better to do that than to rotate around the cube, but then you do it like this. So you you regrip your hand to the bottom to do this RU to R prime, and of course it's much better to just do it like this, to have the thumb on front all the time and do it like this, the U2 with the left hand. That's way better, but then you rotate to the back, which is a good habit. Insert. So there is a better way of doing this, but it's like a world-class pseudo slot. Like I wouldn't be able to pull this off in a solve, but I thought I'd mention it anyway, because it's like 2-mon Kolczynski level, but whatever, I'm gonna show it to you. So what you would do is you would realize that these two pieces are both solved. So if you could just move this over to here and insert the respective pieces, and then do like undo the D move, then you'd done it. You had solved both pairs at the same time, and that is called pseudo slotting, if you didn't know. But how I would do it is like this. So I'd put this edge at the back and put the corner like this, do like this, do like this, and just insert, and then you have both back slots solved. But I do not expect you to be able to do this at this level, because as I said, that's like 2-mon Kolczynski level brilliance, and I just happen to know it because I happen to be quite good at keyhole. But yeah, you shouldn't have to. There are more important things to learn other than that, but I just thought I'd show it to you anyway. So for this second pair, you're gonna do it like this. You're gonna rotate, put this corner over here and do triple sexy. But there is of course a faster way of doing this, so that would be like this. So just do it without rotating, and instead do R prime U prime R U, and then it should be solved. That is better, of course, because it requires no rotation. But an even better way of doing this, I'm gonna bring the keyhole up again, is to do the pseudo slot right here. And this is obviously a bit easier because you can kind of see both the pieces. And how that pseudo slot would be done is to do it like this. So you would do like rotate, probably rotate to the back, and solve this pair like a usual pair, so like this. And then do the D again, then both those are solved. But of course, there are more important ways, things to learn for you than pseudo slot. But I just thought I'd bring it up anyway, because like I just love pseudo slotting all the time. It's just so brilliant. But whatever, I'll stop talking about pseudo slots right now. So for the third pair, you're gonna do it like this. So you're gonna hold it like this, rotate to solve the green and red, and just do it like that. No big deal, nothing really special about that. But the other thing you could have done, of course, is to do keyhole. So move like the delay away, insert this edge, and then I guess finish it off with a wide move to orient this edge. But yeah, if you don't want to do keyhole, then that's like fine. Instead you do it like this. And for the fourth pair, you kind of do a bit of U prime U before figuring out what to do, which is like okay, like you have bigger issues to worry about. No offense, but like you shouldn't worry about that. You should work on look ahead and stuff. But here you do it like this. Or did you? Yes, you did it. No, you did it like this. You insert this pair with an L U to L prime, or sorry, L prime U to L, which like if like it doesn't really matter, but of course it is better to just insert like that. But yeah, an even better way of doing it is actually Brook's last edge. So how you would do that is you would do this. You would rotate and do this alg, which actually does OLL, which it does the last pair and it does OLL as well, and it's like the easiest alg to learn. It's the easiest Brook's last edge algorithm. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do it like this. You're gonna do an F move, and then basically sexy sledge, but without the last F prime move, and there you have it. Like that is so stupid. That is such an easy algorithm to learn, and it's so helpful in this case. But yeah, and how to recognize it is that you know, this block and this kind of this shape, whatever you want to call it. So for the OLL, you hesitate for a while, but then you end up doing it like this. I don't know this OLL, I'm just gonna have to read my script again. R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime, U, R. Yeah, that worked. And then for PLL, you actually look to the back to recognize, which you shouldn't have to do. You can just rely on two sides. You only need two sides to know what PLL it is. And then you do this U-pump. And for this last AUF finger trick, like this is super good. You do it like this. So unfortunately for the fifth solve, the scramble you sent me was incorrect. Like yeah, it was the wrong scramble. You must have misscrambled or something. But yeah, I can show you the solve, but I won't be able to like reconstruct that solve. But I hope that you're fine with it. But the things I think you should work on are like your crosses have been quite inefficient. A lot of like rotations. Of course, you should never have what am I saying? Of course, you should never have rotations in your cross. And other than that, just a few more efficient F2L cases. Your last day is quite good. You shouldn't have to work on that a lot. But of course, you basically only practice 2x2, so yeah, just practice whatever you want. But if you want to get better at 3x3, then I'd recommend practicing the cross and first 2 layers. But that's basically it for today. My job here is done. Of course, remember, you can go to Fiverr to get yourselves critiqued for only $5. But with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.